Item 5, which is the Code of Conduct complaints. There's been a lot of speculation about this, and a lot of very unpleasant things have been actually put in the public eye. What I'd like to do is, there are clearly people who do not understand what on earth is going on in Sambourne Parish Council. Right, now, I'm going to read this. This is my apology. It has been cleared by the monitoring officer, and I will literally read it word for word. My apology. Further to an extensive independent investigation, the monitoring officer of Stratford District Council has found that I have breached the Sambourne Parish Council Code of Conduct by treating others with disrespect in sending a number of offensive emails in my capacity as a parish councillor. The monitoring officer also found that in doing so, I have brought my role as the chairman of Sambourne Parish Council and the parish council itself into disrepute. I accept these findings and wish to offer a full and unreserved apology for my conduct, and also for any upset I have caused to others. It was never my intention that these emails should have been received by anyone other than the recipient, but I'm not proffering that as an excuse for causing offence. Some of my emails contain comments and criticisms referring to individuals by name, and those individuals would probably have found my words offensive had they received them directly from me. I will not be issuing any further public statement in relation to this matter. That closes that item.
I, as a complainant, Mr. Chairman, do not accept your apology.
Well, that's up to you, Mr. Bond.
It is indeed.
But
Go on, we can throw out the complaint.
I wouldn't throw apologies around if I were you.
Sorry?
I wouldn't throw apologies out if I were you.
Yeah, I'm yet to receive one, so.
What was that?
I'm yet to receive an apology. So you're talking about how children.
Can you stay on the phone, please, where the focus is?
Oh, yes.
The chairman and the chairman needs an apology. Okay, other people, other residents want to speak? Mr. Chairman, please.
Evidence suggests that all members, apart from Adam and me, Sambourne Parish Council have been circulating emails whilst on council business, totally disrespectful and on occasions of grossly offensive nature. I refer to a selection of 162 emails, some of which are back to
We're going to hear it.
This is not covered by the investigation.
Under what grounds, Mr. Chairman?
Excuse me, please.
We've got a big man.
Mr. Snape.
No.
Mr. Snape. Mr. Snape.
Right, I'm calling you to order.
Surely,
Right, I'm going to suspend the meeting.
Oh, is that the best you can do?
Come on.
The meeting.
Can I just say something, please? This is not the item in which the public are meant to be speaking. This is still agenda item 5. There will be a chance for answers in item 6, public participation, which I will lead. And yes, that's fine. Okay. I beg your pardon, but we have to have some sort of order, or we'll never get through tonight. So can we just do one thing at a time? Is everybody happy with that?
Can I just ask one point of clarification? I just want to ask points for clarification. That's it.
In the next item?
No, just now with reference to this topic, it's just one question.
No, I hear the question and I'll decide.
That's perfectly right. Everyone else can hear the question as well at the same time. So you referenced that you will only step down if it's personal choice or the rest of the council leaders also have a preference. So can you please confirm, everybody sat around this table, have you seen emails referencing to this community about homophobia,
Excuse
sexism.
me, Mr.
No,
White.
I am
answer the question.
This is a question, and these items will be discussed under the next.
Okay, so please minute that question and let's take it to the
Yeah.
I will decide.
Answer the question.
Vice Chairman Jones, have you seen these emails?
Mr. Bond, if you don't refrain, we will close the meeting, and I have authority to do that, which would be such a shame after everybody has turned out.
Well, you got something to
I'm sorry, but we need to finish this item. Okay? Are we agreed? Thank you. Now may we move on?
Because by inference, she declared who was giving her inverted commas, bullying and harassment emails. Therefore,
No, she did.
she did, sorry, she did. There is only one councillor that has actually resigned in the last 12 months of this council, and therefore you have broken it yourselves. So with that being open and you creating that precedent.
I'm sorry.
No, don't apologise.
Answer the question.
Don't apologise. Because you have done that and you have created that precedence,
So are you
what
going
I
to
am asking, thank you, what I am asking is, as yet, you have not given transparency to what the thing was that you have been accused of. And I am perfectly welcome to give my voice to this, that I was one of the complainants of this, because I object to somebody in public position, as in the chair, none of the other councillors on this matter, the chair sending emails about people of this parish being derogatory about one of their characteristics, whether black, white, straight, gay, disabled, you suggest, Mr. Chair,
And you all know what's been going on. You as
Can we hear the emails, please?
Can we hear the emails?
Hear the email.
Hear the emails.
The emails.
Hear the emails. Hear the emails. Neil.
The meeting is start. The meeting is start.
Yes, please do. Neil.
So you've got one about the Holocaust,
Have you got the context of this?
Right.
Sorry.
Mr. Tapp, yes?
Well,
Wait a minute. Who said that?
Asking questions, so trying to run up.
Everybody, please.
About emails, but he's actually replied to that email as well. Just to understand.
How are you, Linda?
I sat here wishing every pestilence
Yeah,
and
all
plague
right. Sorry
on
about
these
that. I haven't
bastards
seen this into that.
who
Obviously, I
chase
sent
and
you a thing on
kill criminals
Facebook.
for fun, etc., etc.
I bet you do. Yeah.
There's another one here who's complained.
Speak up, Neil.
A lady who's complained. Bloody shit post wants her mouse sewing up, and another person is a complete tosser. I've got to be careful because I don't want to, and bloody whinges, etc. But somebody else has a piece, somebody else has something missing. He ain't all there. Let's go over to. Oh, I think you're right.
No, he doesn't, Neil. Anne's here. Will you tell Anne what's spoken about there, Neil?
I'm a gargoyle and Pete's gay.
And Pete's a queer.
Yeah, basically. But I'm not getting into it.
Well, you never told me.
Well, nobody told me either.
Well, I knew you
Neil,
would
will you speak up, please?
That's what I
I'm
said.
just going to repeat this one because then I think they're afraid of the time.
Do it.
Please, can everyone come and listen,
They
please?
followed the example set by the Jews. Holocaust used to mean many killed, especially in a fire. Was hijacked and still going strong after 75 years, letting Israel get away with murder, literally.
Can we
and a
please
massive
listen?
land grab
Philip, please.
while the book rages. And they say 6 million. They should do their sums. The Nazis did a load of other things as well as a few Jews. A complete fabrication, but it's a shield.
Please, can we listen, please?
So
It's
they
really
can run
important.
the BBC and pretty much any sharp practice involved money and walk away. Look at this bloody, I can't read that name there, it's Britannia, it was the leader of,
It's Nayatella, the
Nayatella.
Prime Minister of Israel. Do you want to go to the adjectives that you, the villagers of Sambourne, the adjectives that have been used in the emails?
And
Right, right, please.
Can I just ask, if you're only giving adjectives, you're not giving the context of the email. I'm not on Facebook. I am a resident.
If you bear with
Been
it,
here
we
15
will
years.
cover that if you bear with it.
I'd
Right,
really
right.
appreciate.
Can you go to the adjectives, Neil,
Thank you.
where all the councillors have been copied in, please?
which one was that? I'm getting confused now, but I mean,
I gave you a list of
got
adjectives.
it.
Yeah. Listen, please, everybody.
so these have been all extracted from the emails, just a list of that.
Please listen.
We've got queers, arseholes, pieces of shit, arsewipes, needs a mouth stitching up, which is obviously a phrase, tosser, totally useless arse, 2-bit millionaires, pissheads, bargoyle, twats, wastrels. I mean, this is the opinion of you people. You know, this is the opinion that you're held in.
Was this sent from a parish council email address?
Yes, this is councillors.
Because obviously I don't know anything.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Shit-faced, sadistic bastards.
Can we listen?
We go on. Can you hold on to that one for me, please, Phil?
Right. Well, no, it's funny. I know these emails word perfect. This is the one on the 6th of June when I became a whistleblower. Can you listen to this, please? Because this is important. Please. Well, the Nazis did a load of terrible things, as well as a few Jews. Never mind, it's so they can run big business, including the BBC. Probably like many of us here, our fathers fought in the Second World War. That was described by the investigator as being grossly offensive and odious. I resigned from Sambourne Parish Council because I like to think that good people like you, I have a moral compass. We stand for decency, we always had, and I called it out and I resigned. Based on that one singular email. There are 164 emails, do not listen to them. Many of these emails have all the councillors in them. Can you tell the people here where one of the councillors uses the W word, the word is spoken about by a resident on council business. Anne, where's Anne? Anne, those of us that used our pub, me included, you know my dad drunk in there, Anne, for many and many a year, Phil Burke and Joe Kimber before that. The chairman of Sambourne Parish Council calls Anne's son a queer. Is that acceptable?
Because he hasn't had a girlfriend.
But he was married because I know he was, Anne.
He wasn't married.
So he had a partner.
Doesn't matter
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's immaterial.
It's just
Called
offensive
you
language.
the bargoyle. Right. The investigator says that the emails, I'm quoting the investigator, were of the most odious and grossly offensive that he has ever reported on as an investigator. Let me be clear. If the comments in regard to anti-Semitism, which is being anti-Jew, were made in 16 other European countries, the chairman of Sambourne Parish Council would be in a cell at Redditch Police Station. If he made those comments in Austria or Germany, he would be arrested. He tried to defend himself in the investigation by saying that the figures are wrong, that the Red Cross actually said the figures were lower than 6 million. Have any of you been to Belsen? Have any of you been to Auschwitz?
I'm the wife of a Jew whose mother escaped the Nazis, but unfortunately the sister and the parents, his grandparents, didn't. They actually perished or were murdered in Auschwitz. And his comments to us are deeply, deeply offensive. I have had a moment with him, I have called him out on that. And yes,
Right, thank you, Julia. I'm going to say this as well, that what you've heard tonight is evidence in terms of the Council Code of Conduct. The Council Code of Conduct is restrictive. It will not go near the criminal law. The solicitor at Stratford under Code 5.21 should have referred the matters of a criminal nature, including anti-Semitism, in October last year. The evidence that sits on the computers of the councillors has now gone. It's vanished. But it hasn't, because it can still be forensically examined. Let's make no two bones about that. There's a footprint of what's been going on by Sambourne Parish Council on the computers, and the police have got the legitimate powers to seize those computers and get those emails.
Will they?
They will.
Sure?
I am sure. There are 2 crime reports currently with Warwickshire Police, one for hate crime and one for harassment, and that will follow due process. Julia, I applaud you for your moral courage. If you want to go down the channel of the police, that's not a question for now. They have a dedicated hate crime, and they will pursue that. They are a specialist team. Okay, and I'll leave that one there. The other point, the urban myth is that these were personal email exchanges between me and the chairman. Nonsense. The very first email in 2019 refers to our 5 times a day Muslim chums. All the councillors were involved in that email. Pardon? No, I'm leaving Adam out of this, Catherine. Right, Catherine, please. This has got nothing to do with Councillor Quinney. All the other councillors know what's been going on. My wife and I wrote to them and the clerk, and we said, are you going to stand against racism, homophobia, anti-Semitism, bullying, harassment and everything else? Because everybody under the Equalities Act of 2010, protected characteristics, have been offended. And all the councillors know this because I wrote to them with Mandy, and they all back up that chairman. End of. Fact. 172 emails are in my home. The investigator, Anne Garrett and Catherine. My emails are supplied in totality. Why are you laughing? In totality to the investigator. My emails, where I replied, were tame. Were tame. I will show you his response if you want. So any accusations levelled at me that I am some covert member of the Ku Klux Klan is where it is frankly utter bullshit.
Can I just say I did not say that? I don't know why.
Well, this isn't about you, Catherine. It's about them in there. Right. So I'm just going to summarise. My father served on Sambourne Parish Council. Many of you remember him. I served. I got to a point, my wife will back me up, and I'm going to say it in open public. They put me into cognitive behaviour therapy. I've been under a therapist. I'm happy to put that out. God, I feel so sad about this. A lot of people have passion for this community. I will do anything for this community. I was born here. I was head boy at Coton School. This is where I want to die. They do not represent me. And I hope, members of Sambourne Parish, that they don't represent you. Because as Roland White said, if we tolerate this, race, sex, homophobia, anybody that isn't white or male, we are a lost society. Forget your dog poo on the lawn, forget your planning applications. This is something far more fundamental. This is about decency, transparency and back to the 7 principles of public life, one of which is if you are a councillor and you come across poor behaviour, inappropriate behaviour, you are duty bound to call it out. I called it out. I'm the whistleblower. I'm the one with the balls with others. My face is in the Sunday Mercury. It's in the Reddit Standard. They do not represent me. I would not call that man my chairman tonight.